There was a time when statues were reserved for iconic war leaders, pioneering scientists and inventors whose genius immeasurably improved the human condition, artists and poets whose great works enriched our lives with beauty and wonder. Who do we erect statues of now? Convicted violent criminals who rob pregnant women at gunpoint.
700-pound bronze statue unveiled Wednesday outside City Hall in Newark.
Yeah, really. RT reports Newark and its mayor, Raz J. Baraka, posted a photo of the new 700-pound bronze statue on social media Wednesday and revealed that it had been donated to the city by the artist Stanley Watts. The larger-than-life statue sits on a large bench outside City Hall and shows George Floyd in a sleeveless vest. So we're tearing down statues of people who built hospitals, schools and set up scholarships because of how they earned their money, yet statues are now being erected in honour of violent convicted criminals. There are many worthy black people to put up statues of, but a violent criminal who was killed while being arrested is definitely not one of them. The mob is literally tearing down statues of America's founding fathers and replacing them with this. What could possibly go wrong? I'll tell you what. A brutal, Maoist-style cultural revolution in the United States. That's what this represents. Reverse cultural colonization, the desecration of public spaces, all facilitated by government decree. And whether you think the COVID-infected, heart disease-suffering fentanyl addict George Floyd was unjustly killed or not, it doesn't matter. Because this statue has way more to do with BLM than it does George Floyd. Floyd was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He grew up in Houston and he died in Minneapolis. He has no connection whatsoever to Newark. But that doesn't matter because it's really not about him. It's about the mob exerting its power. Planting flags and erecting statues, physically occupying space and enshrining symbolic idols is not just about projecting dominance. It's about inducing demoralization. Why do you think this flag, which now incorporates BLM, is flying over US embassies, government buildings and cultural institutions across the Western world? Must be because BLM and the LGBT movement is so oppressed, right? Hardly. It's about inducing demoralization and projecting omnipresent influence and control. Meanwhile, Christian statues across the West are being desecrated and decapitated. In 1971, the New York Times reported, one of the early objectives of the Cultural Revolution in China was to wipe out the four olds. Old things, old ideas, old customs, and old habits. And as Chris Talgo writes, much like the Chinese Cultural Revolution of the 60s, the American woke revolution is hell-bent on destroying any and all vestiges of traditional society, especially those that celebrate freedom, individualism, and American exceptionalism in general. Where is this heading next? Remember when German leftists responded to concerns about migrants dealing drugs in a park in Berlin by literally erecting a statue of an African drug dealer? Is George Floyd going to be sandblasted into the side of Mount Rushmore? And is that enough? Maybe we need to replicate Brazil's Christ the Redeemer, but with George Floyd on it and then erect it next to the White House. I mean, they already had a George Floyd exhibit at the Holocaust Museum in Florida. So at this point, don't rule anything out.
Three of our best-selling products are now back in stock after months and months of not being available because of the COVID lockdowns that destroy the supply chain. BioTrue Selenium is the highest quality selenium from the mustard seed. It is essential for all cellular activity in the body. It's critical and it funds the InfoWar. It's back in stock. Then we have Ultimate Krill Oil, highest grade of krill oil, all the things it does for your brain, your cardiovascular system, your memory, your sleep, everything. It's back in stock. And by the way, all these are discounted 40 to 50% off. But then, one more other great item is now back in stock. We got a good shipment of it in, so I want to offer it the lowest price ever so you experience the benefits. And that is Survival Shield X3 Tri-Iodine, 60% off with free shipping, double Patriot points. The other products are 50% off and 40% off. Check them out today at InfoWarsStore.com. The trifecta of InfoWars products, BioTrue Selenium, X3, and Ultimate Krill Oil back in stock at InfoWarsStore.com. And you can't lose because you also fund the InfoWar.